What's going on YouTube? I know nobody's on here yet. I'm finding it's easier for me to make a video right now, just going live and posting it. So this isn't really live per se, but hope somebody joins me. So the last live I did, I got in here and we unboxed this stride unit. And I got a chance to go out and use this, and I was really impressed. It's a little 640 unit, helmet mounted, so it's hands free, and I can, just put it on your head, or do the chin strap up, push that, and so now while I'm out here at night, let's say with chin strap and everything will hold it up, but while I'm out at night, I don't have to sit there and hold my rifle up all night, get real tired doing that. So I bought this unit. And I was really impressed out running it. It's a little 640 clear, even up to like 4 power. I didn't zoom in much past that. But I've been looking to upgrade my other, I got an old thermal I've been using, Pulsar, and it's been a great unit, but I've been starting to have some issues with it. And it's on a 6.5 PRC little rifle I named Vivian. I put my suppressor on it too, but anyway, this old unit's getting tired. I've had it, I don't know, 7, 8 years now probably. It's out of warranty, of course, and it quit filming. And then I'm having trouble with it holding zero in different temperatures. And I got a hold of Pulsar, and they wanted me to just go out in different temperatures and set different settings in it. And it seemed like a hassle. It's been a great scope. Don't get me wrong, I've shot several wolves with it, lots and lots of coyotes. But I met a couple people here not that long ago, and I was saying, well, I wish these thermals, for shooting at night, the first thermals I used, one was an ATN Thor, then another older Trigicon, then a Trigicon Reap IR, and they all worked great. They didn't have a rangefinder. So at night, it's hard to know how far your target is, so then you don't know how to adjust. I was talking to a guy here this last summer at a Wolfer Summit. I said it'd just be awesome if this thermal companies would come out with either an adjustable turret or something on those lines, or having like a horse reticle in there, or true mil radiance markings, or or even in MOA, depending on what you shoot. So the difference between MOA and mil radiance, MOA is 1 inch at 100 yards. Most of them are 4 clicks to make your adjustment. So at 1,000 yards, 1 MOA is 10 inches. So it just goes out 200 yards is 2 inches, 300 is 3 inches. Mil radiance is 3.6 inches per 100. So 36 inches out at 1,000. I do some long range shooting, and to do that, I use this Bushnell Mile rangefinder. So I take my range to the target, and then what I have is what's called a Kestrel. So this is a ballistic calculating computer, does your wind measurements, barometric pressure, elevation, temperature, all of that. And so I find my target, I range it, say it's 800 yards. I hit this, and it's all programmed to my rifle. There's a bunch of stuff you got to put in there: height of scope, length of barrel, how fast you're shooting, bunch of stuff. You enter that, and anyway, this will calculate. So I'll run it up to 800 yards, and it'll tell me, I'm just throwing a number, don't quote me, but say 12 minutes of angle. So then on my scope, my day scope, what you do, I have an adjustable turret here. You guys see that? That's what this is. So I just crank that up to 12, or whatever the number it says. And then you got your windage as well. And then you hold point of impact. And long as you're centered behind your rifle, real good steady squeeze, good sight picture and everything, that bullet, I've got videos on my Instagram shooting rock chucks out to 615 yards, and I got a one-shot hit on a milk jug at 1,000 yards. Shot a 10-inch gong out at 900 yards. It was the second shot impact. The first shot went just 11 o'clock. But anyway, where I'm going with this, I was so impressed with this stride unit and how well it worked. This RIX outfit, they're a fairly new company. I believe they've only been around 3 years, and I'm not sponsored by them. If you guys ever see this and you want to sponsor me, I'd be open for it. But so they come out with a scope. I'm gonna break it out. I just got it in the mail today. I haven't shot it yet, but down at SHOT Show they're talking about it, and it is designed by hunters, for hunters. And so this scope basically has a rangefinder in it, and it's got basically a built-in Kestrel. So once I program this scope to my rifle that I'm gonna put it on a Tikka CTR. It's a 24-inch barrel, 10-round magazine. Great gun. I know a lot of people that hate on the Creedmoor, but that thing is a tack driver at 1,000 yards. It just doesn't have energy. But I'm looking for a long-range puppy popper. So I'll break this scope out, show you guys here. I'll say this unit right here, if you guys are already into the night game a little bit, I'm very impressed with this RIX Stride unit. So at SHOT Show, they came out with this unit here. We'll get her unboxed. I already cut the top. So I'm not answering really questions right now, but so what do they have in the box? They, of course, sent me a hat. That's pretty cool. Actually, they sent me 2 hats. Always need another hat, you know, keep the head warm. But I ordered it through Farrell, Texas. I believe it. Yeah, Farrell, Texas Outdoors. And I'll watch some reviews on their channel on this scope as well. Several other scopes. So I was kind of looking at the new Pulsar that came out too. But I really wanted to give these guys a try, especially after using that unit. But check these guys out on YouTube. And they're on Instagram as well. It's where I ordered both these scopes from. They've been real good to work with. What have you. So thanks you guys over there in Farrell, Texas Outdoors. So I believe it's a pretty small outfit that they're running. I talked to the man's wife and she lined me right out, but this is that new unit. So the DBH, that stands for Designed by Hunters, the D6. Of course, I gotta find a knife. Like I was saying, this scope, I was gonna upgrade here this last summer, and I was talking to a fellow, True 1911 on Instagram is his handle. He writes into a lot of gun magazine stuff. Real smart guy about this kind of stuff. And he said, wait till after SHOT Show. There's some neat stuff coming out this year. He's the one I was talking to, saying, boy, I wish they would either put an adjustable turret or something on those lines. You know, he talks to people in the industry, just give them ideas. And of course, they're way ahead of me already. So this scope, you guys can check out other YouTube videos on it if you're interested in the night game. So I hunt for ranchers that are having depredations from wolves and coyotes, and I have used thermal a lot. When I was a federal trapper, I shot several wolves with thermal back then. That was before we could, as civilians, use thermal. I was talking to several people, Rusty Kramer, one of them, president of the Idaho Trappers Association, and Justin Webb for the Foundation of Wildlife Management, because they go around, they get a lot of laws implemented for us. And I said, man, we got to get into this thermal for these wolves. I said, I've had success sitting over top of cattle for these cattlemen. And, you know, it's a great tool, but at the time it wasn't legal for civilians to do. I'll get on into that box here in a minute. But anyway, here a couple years ago, they got it passed where we could use thermal on wolves. We could always use it on coyotes. And, gosh, I've had that Pulsar well before you could ever shoot wolves legally with it. I was still working for the government, and I could, which I think that's a bunch of bull crap. If the government can do it, I think we should be able to too. So let's open this bad boy up, take a look-see. That's my first look. You can have your first look too. I think this thing's going to be a game changer. Fairly heavy, not terrible. The mount's inside here. Came with 4 extra batteries. So it runs off these, what the hell is that? It says a 388. You guys look. They're rechargeable batteries. Runs off 2, but one thing caught my eye. So at night, I gotta do a bunch of setup on it. It's missing the rangefinder, and the battery pack's actually not on it right yet, which is fine. This was just kind of an opening. Oh, I got it upside down, so I'm an idiot. It's on top. So anyway, get your battery pack back here. It takes 2, runs off of 2. They give you 4 when you bought it, and it doesn't matter which way you slide the batteries in at night. So at nighttime, you run out of batteries, you're fiddle farting, you don't want to turn your headlamp on because you can see light for miles and miles. Gotta use light discipline out there. You can grab your extra batteries and just pop them in there. It doesn't matter which direction they're facing, which is pretty sweet. Having rechargeable batteries, and I can buy extra of these. I can go out in the woods and I can stay out there for days and not have to worry about running out of battery power. That was another big seller point on it. And this has got a laser. So a lot of people that hunt at night, they put their rifle on a tripod. And so after you take your shot, a lot of times out there at night, it's hard to find your animal. I always used a dog, so I never had that trouble. But there's actually a light you can see, a visible light that you shine on the downed animal. So then when you go out there at night, you just go to your laser. And they put that in here too. So pretty dang neat setup. So this other little unit I got, it came with a really nice little carrying case too. And this one's even nicer, appears to be. So inside the box there's still more stuff, but that's a pretty good little hard case for it. I am curious if it's a quick detach mount, and it is. So that's down in the box. So I gotta set that up. So it's got these levers. You go on your Picatinny rail, and if you set it back in the same spot, it should stay zeroed. Once I mount this scope, it'll be mounted on that rifle. It's not going anywhere. And I'll do a review on this scope after I take it out in the field and get some kills with it and what have you. I'm sure the first one will be a coyote because, well, they're a lot easier to hunt than a wolf. But I'm hoping to be the first person to bust a wolf with this scope. Let's say this is a 6.5 PRC. I might end up putting it on Vivian there and putting that pulsar on something else. But it's not a fur-friendly round by no means. But for what I'm doing and the price of fur right now, the rancher doesn't care if it's got a hole in it. And I get paid by ranchers to do this job, so we'll see. I got a Tika that shoots really good. I'm really thinking about putting it on there. I'll have to go back and dig up my information, how fast and everything that rifle is shooting. Put all the information in the scope. Of course, I got to do a whole bunch of reading before I do any of that. I get too serious about it, so learn how to program it and what have you. I haven't been reading your guys' comments, so what scope is this? So it just came out at SHOT Show. Pretty dang excited. Called the DBH D6, designed by hunters. It's a RIX scope, and they just released it. And I was telling people it's got a built-in rangefinder and basically has a built-in Kestrel once you program it. So what you do, you hit your range of your target, hit another button, and it'll actually light up another reticle in your scope for your drop. So then you just put that on where you're wanting to hold. So I think was it a Burst? Pro Hunter or Hunter something. They had a scope out, day scope, that did that, and they actually integrated it into a night vision scope or thermal scope. I don't know how many thermal scopes out there did this year. As soon as I seen this one, and what really got me was the design by Hunter. Like I said, it's a new company, fairly new. They've been out a few years now, I think 3 years, and I had bought this Stride, this helmet mounted thermal monocular. So at night I used to scan with my rifle, and probably not the safest practice anyway, but I'd have to hold that rifle up and sit there and scan, and boy, it'd wear you out. So I really wanted a monocular. I tried it, loved it, really clear. And then I seen in SHOT Show they came out with this. So I said, I am not sponsored by them. I'd love to be if any guys from RIX see this. It's what I do for a living. I hunt predators. So this thermal or night vision it's thermal. The Outlaw Vault afternoon. Hour is it afternoon? It's still before noon here. It must be over on the east side. I think it's gonna be, Wade. I'm pretty dang excited. So I guess the guy ought to talk about cost. It came in right at it was like $56.99, so say $5,700. Which that pulsar, when I got it was one of the first thermal scopes that came out with a laser rangefinder, or the LRF. And that's what sold me on it. The other scopes I'd ran before didn't have it, so you almost have to go out to where you're hunting. I gotta let my dog out real quick. What's the matter, Willie? So I'd go out hunting at night and over the top of the sheep, and you'd almost have to sit there with a piece of paper and draw a map. I'll say there's a little piece of sagebrush over here, there's a rock. You'd almost have to sit there and range everything, write it down. So then when the coyotes come in, you can check, okay, this one's at 300 yards. I'd have to do Kentucky holdover. But I've got video on that scope. I think one coyote was 311 yards or something like that, which isn't terrible far in the day. I've shot them out past 800, but at nighttime, that's getting stretched out there. But what I'm hoping with this, I should be able to stretch it out 500, 600, maybe even 700 yards, as long as I get everything programmed right and everything works like it's supposed to. I say I've got videos on my Instagram shooting. I shot a milk jug of one shot hit out at 1,000 yards, 10-inch gong at 900 yards, second round impact. So that rifle shoots good. I'm hoping everything works the way they're advertising with this, and I'll let you guys know. So another thing too, that my old Pulsar, it was a 50 millimeter lens. This one has a 60, and what that's going to do is you're going to pick up more heat with the bigger lens in the front. The old actual ATN I used for the government, it was a great big lens on it. They said that was an $8,000 scope back when they bought it. This was years ago. This was 2013, 2014 when I was running it. So it gathered light well, worked good. It was a Thor. Of course, they came a long ways too, but I went, also this has, so you notice that Pulsar didn't have the rear cup no more. Well, I lost it in the dark, it popped off. These ones are actually threaded. So there should be there's a shorter one right here, eyepiece. So they're threaded on, which is nice. Hopefully I won't lose this one. Willie don't chew the dang thing up. But it just showed up in the mail. I was excited. I wanted to come on here, see what you guys have been up to, talk a little bit. I haven't been editing videos. That's why I went live, because it's just easier. But once this live's over, I can just hit send it and just getting the raw deal. So looks like a great. How many yards out can you pick up heat signature? So even with that old Pulsar, I used to be able to see and range cows well over 1,000 yards. With this 60 millimeter lens, I'm not sure yet. I haven't mounted it on anything. I haven't even turned it on. So that's going to have to be another video. And I'll be able to record stuff on that and I'll range it. But I seen on, can't remember if it was on YouTube or Instagram, when I was looking up this scope after I heard about it, they zoomed into a house. It was like 1,009 yards. And you could look into the window, or you can't look through the glass with thermal, but yeah, I could see the window clear as they were zooming in. So that old Pulsar, and Pulsars came a long way since that scope too. I mean, that thing's old as far as technology goes. It was top line when I got it, but now it's it's getting old like me. But I can see a coyote and know it's a coyote with that scope out 700 and 800 yards. So, and this one should be above that. I'm really hoping it's the same. It's a 640, which that's a 642, and this is a 640. So that just your pixels and everything out the clarity. I believe this is a 50. I'd have to look. I'll do a review on this scope after I get using it and after I read up on it, and I'll know a lot more here in a week or two about it. I'm actually going to go. It's kind of a bummer. I can't run thermal in Arizona, so but I'm gonna go see my wife and kids here shortly, and I'm gonna go through Salt Lake on the way down and actually go to that expo, the Sportsman's Expo down there. Never been to one. Kind of want to walk around, look at stuff, see who a guy can meet, and what have you. So, looking forward to the review. I'll give you guys one. I would have a lot more thermal videos on my YouTube channel, which they didn't really do too good, but that's something I really enjoy. It's a great tool out in the woods as far as cattle protection. They don't really get tacked during the day much. They get tacked at night. So I've ran thermal for over a decade now. I love it. I've been up all night anyway. I'm still getting bags under my eyes. I'm a night owl, so I love being out there at night. This time of year, it's a little hard sitting over top of the cattle. I shot 9 coyotes for a rancher here probably about a month ago now, and I was sitting out there over top of them cows all night, and it's tough when it's cold, but it just gotta suck it up and do it. He lost 8 calves in about 3 weeks. So, and once I got down there, there was one coyote I didn't get that I'd seen. I think with this scope I could have hit it. It was at 520 yards, so I was using just holdover. But where this, it should light up that spot, put that spot, the reticle on your target. Good trigger discipline, should be able to put it on the ground. So I'm not in it for fair chase. I'm in it to protect livestock. So it is what it is. I hope everybody's been doing good. I'm not going to stay on here too long. Like I said, I've been up all night. Just wanted to do a little unboxing, talk about this company a little bit. So it comes with a 5-year warranty as well, which when I bought that Pulsar, it was 3. I don't know what their warranty is now. I think they're probably 5 too. But of course mine wasn't. But I didn't have too many issues until this last couple of years. Other than the zero, I'd have to go out at night, leave my rifle outside so it'd get cold, and then take a shot and make sure the zero was on. What I hear was going on with that particular scope was basically the housing unit, when it got cold and warm, was actually shifting. So they came out with another scope pretty shortly after that one, and it didn't have those issues. I talked to Pulsar. They tried telling me it was the temperature of the bullet, which I do understand. So if it's hot, your bullet's going to shoot faster. If it's cold, it shoots slower because of the burn time. But I'm talking like 12 MOA at 100 yards shift. So like a foot at 100 yards. That's not the powder. I could even go out maybe 3 inches maybe, but not that far. So I'm not trying to diss on Pulsar. They're a great company. They make great gear. And, I've been nothing but happy with that scope other than a few things, and then it quit recording. So I had 3 wolves I should have been able to show you guys videos on shooting in the dark, which broke my heart. I didn't get that on video. But it is what it is. Hopefully I can get into them again with this setup. That little helmet unit, this records too. This one doesn't do audio. This new scope does do audio, so hopefully I can put out some stuff on here, some thermal hunting at night, and show you just a great tool for livestock protection from predators. So anyway, hope everybody's doing great. Greetings from Australia. Hank. Hey, well, welcome from down under there. Oh, yeah. It's amazing, this YouTube and stuff, how far it actually reaches. You reach all over. They used to be able to show me where people were watching from and seeing, and gosh dang, it was all over the world. So I really appreciate everybody tuning in. I'm just a dumb hillbilly. Just my kid wanted to learn how to trap probably 5 years ago now. I was actually going to be done trapping, and I decided to start a YouTube channel with him. So, you still shooting the longbow? Heck yeah, I am. You bet. I still owe you a longbow, don't I? How you been, man? I haven't seen you in years. Where are you at now? Idaho Falls. Yeah, when I first got into this, there was just maybe 100 people watching, and it was a great time. It's a lot more of a headache now trying to keep up with people's comments and stuff, especially after doing that goofy show. I shouldn't say goofy show, but I got a lot of people following after that, and I think a lot of them are wanting to see survival content, and I made this channel as a predator control. So I probably will post a little bit of stuff, fire making I have in the past. They never do good, but which is fine. But you know, if you're out there hunting and stuff, and know how to make a fire, probably a good thing to know. So, but I'm sure most of you guys that are following along know how to make a fire, or boil water, or catch a fish, or you know. So, but you know, I do appreciate them coming over, but I don't think they're gonna like seeing what I like doing and posting on this channel. A lot of people don't agree with it. They don't think I should be shooting wolves and coyotes, but I don't think they should be eating cattle. So, you know, each their own. Say hi to Tiff and the kids. You know what? I will. I'm heading down. They actually moved back to Arizona. I hate it down there. I just hate it down there. Right in the middle of Phoenix. Busy. So I went down. I was down there for a while, and Rancher called. So, you know, that was selfish on me, but I jumped in the truck and came back up, get back to work. So I should be down there probably about the 20th. So, which maybe a couple days before that. You say you're in Georgia. What are you doing in Georgia? Picking peaches? I bet you got hogs down there, huh? I'd like to go. I'm going to do some of that. I'm going to do some hog hunting. I might start traveling around different states where it's legal for thermal hunting too, and helping ranchers out of state more. I think that would be good. Just go see some different country. So that's where you guys all moved to. Yeah, once I got off of Facebook, I lost contact with you. So I am on Instagram. It's Idaho Lobo Pro, I believe is what I got it on there. So hey Mike, how are you? Still missing my rattlesnake skins. Yeah, I have a hard time skinning them. So Mike on here, he came out bear hunting with me 2-3 years ago now. Met him up on a fire. We were feeding firefighters, and Mike was the head honcho in charge of the feeding crew. And of course, we were kind of just a roughneck crew, whatever. He'd come in and have to poke us and keep us going. He talked about bears, and I was like, well, I got some videos you might think was interesting, releasing those bears. And I said, I do a lot of bear hunting. If you want to get a bear, I said, come on, I'll be down. If old Mike didn't show up, we went and got a bear. So it was a good time. Hopefully you can get back out here and do that again. Deep Chic. Come up and play with me in Montana. Where are you at over there in Montana, Matt? You know, I see your mom and dad quite a bit during the summertime. I ain't seen you in years. I don't ever see your brother. You know, once, twice a year is all. And I live in the same town out here and then up in Elk City too. So pretty crazy. I never run into him. So I should have an extra set of batteries coming with this too. So when I ordered that scope, it came with 2 sets of batteries. And then I ordered another 2, and they're the same batteries that this unit runs too. So I should be able to switch over to all to one set of batteries. I want to drop off, back off into the breaks of the Salmon River. If I'd quit breaking my machines, I probably would have been there already. Coming back soon. Ox and Crocs bear hunting. You have to bring me a new pair of Crocs, Ox. Like my Crocs are wore out. That new dog I got chewed my 4-wheel drive straps off of it. So a lot of these new guys, they probably don't know that. I trapped and I hunted and did everything with those Crocs. I see people badmouth those. That's the most comfortable pair of shoes I've ever owned. I've killed I don't know how many wolves. Been out in several bear hunts. Ox was one of them. I think there's 3 more that year. I was rocked in the Crockin'. But I got made fun of a lot too. But I don't care, man. It made my legs feel good. So, you know, if you ain't Crockin', you ain't rocking. I did get rid of the Subaru though. So I was missing that car just last night thinking about it. I might get another one. I couldn't break it. I couldn't break that car. I tried. Gosh dang, I tried. I hauled firewood. I don't know how many dead coyotes, bait. Sunk it one time in a creek, like clear over, sucked water into the engine. Should have blew it up. Just couldn't break that car. You know, and I couldn't wear those Crocs out either until the dog chewed off the back strap. So, well, fellas, look like I got up to 38 of you on here, and gals, or I'm not sure if there's any women. Heck, somebody got 7 thumbs up too. All right, that's funny. So YouTube's a goofy thing. The more a person comments or gives thumbs ups and stuff, it the more they share it. So even hate comments are good. I've learned. So the more comments, the better on a video, which is pretty funny. But anyway, I'm looking forward to bringing you guys some thermal hunting content. I'm looking forward to running this new outfit too. Like I said, if anybody from RIX sees this, I'm gonna go out and start busting stuff with your gear, and I'm not looking for a free ride, but it'd be cool to work with a company. So just throwing that out there. If you guys haven't ever checked it out, I guess go over to Netflix and check out Outlast Season 2 too. Got a goofy nickname off of it. You know, I kind of miss everybody calling me Lobo, but anyway, I hope everybody's doing good, and I'm gonna get off here, see what the rest of the day. I got to do a bunch of reading, researching, get this mounted up on a rifle, get ready to go zero it and program it, and see if we can't get something put down with it here in the next few days. I will be down there, me and Chris, old Sneaky Longbow. I'm surprised he ain't on here. He's probably working, giving me a hard time. We're gonna hit up Salt Lake here this coming next weekend, I believe it is, to that Sportsman Expo. So if you see me walking around, if you're down there, say hi. Other than that, I hope everybody's doing real good. Matt, I hope to see you again. Are you at my mom? Yeah, I am, Matt. I am. I tried heading down to the ranch here the other night, and I got into one hell of a snowstorm, clear down the Salmon River, like Skookumchuck and stuff. It was a whiteout blizzard. You know, the bullseye was painted in the S-turns going into riggings. Big rigs smoked that thing. I mean, they must have punched the bullseye, just about knocked the cab off, spilt their load. I was able to get around that one. I got on the other side of Pinehurst. I was driving up that canyon, just started going up, and man, there was a line of cars, flashers on. I stopped and walked up about a mile. The wreck was still up farther, and another big rig wrecked. Yeah, I was coming back, and all the trucks in the road, none of them had chains on, pointed uphill. I knew it was going to be, I figured it was going to be just a shit show. Once they get that one out, you know, those other trucks are going to spin out. I turned around and came back up here. I'm actually going to head up to the cabin tomorrow, probably knock some snow off it, make sure it don't fall down, and then back to the ranch. So hopefully here just early this next week, I'll be back down there working. I haven't caught up to them wolves yet, so I need to. I broke my damn side-by-side again. I don't think those side-by-sides are designed to run tracks. I just don't. First year I got away with it great, had no issues at all. Second year, started losing bogeys, which that's going to happen. But then I blew the clutch out right before I took off to Alaska for that Outlast. And my buddy Sean, he fixed that for me. Got home and paid him, but we put a Duraclutch in it. And I haven't had a problem with the clutch since, but then I blew up the engine. So got a new engine in it. Now I just knocked the 4-wheel drive out. We got to tear into it and see what I did. I don't think they're built heavy enough to push those tracks. So, you know, they do great when they're running, but by God, I got a way of breaking stuff. So anyway, we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for tuning in. You guys check out these RIX scopes. You can go check out different YouTube channels. That Farrell, Texas has got several reviews on it. Just, you know, this is what the scope was. Is the DBH D6. You can remember that because designed by hunters. There's a guy on there. I watched a video. He had his scope all set up, and I think he shot that coyote at 430 yards or something in there. And, you know, in his video, everything worked great. So I'm hoping to get mine set up and it does the same. All right, you guys, I'm going to get off here. Everybody have a great one. I hope your weekends are safe, and thanks for staying with me. You know, I haven't been posting stuff, so I apologize. Just busy and wore out and what have you. So anyway, God bless.